Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we are talking Love Island USA. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Before we get into Kenny and Janae, we have some housekeeping. We have some updates. So Caine from Casa Amor, you guys, has been disinvited to the reunion. That is correct. So he was flew out to NYC because some of the Islanders, the only four finalists that's there right now is Miguel. But Kaylor and Aaron is there, Olivia and Harrison are there, and all these things. And Caine posted a racist video at an Asian restaurant and, messing with chopsticks the other day on TikTok, which has now since been deleted, but it's reposted on several other TikTokers' pages that follow all of the Love Island USA Islanders. And basically he wrote into the comments, because I don't know, apparently there's fans of him, you guys. I didn't get the memo. But essentially, somebody said, "Are you still going to be allowed at the reunion?" And he says, "I'm not allowed. We'll do a video on it soon. Disappointed, but not surprised." Now here is the thing, Caine. You've been running your mouth ever since you got out the villa. You had been doing all these lives. You threw production under the bus, first and foremost, saying that you were supposed to choose Liv and not Sierra at the recoupling, and they gave you a phone call, and you had to kind of walk back some of your statements. You've been throwing shade at other Islanders that didn't even send for you, and all of these lives, because you're trying to bask in all this attention. You're trying to throw all this shade at the Americans. I have no idea why these UK Islanders think that throwing shade at the Americans, especially on the Love Island USA show, is going to work out positively for them. But nonetheless, they decided, Peacock said, you know what? We're not going to have any type of stragglers. We're not going to have any type of clout chasing. We're not going to have any type of controversy that is going to be associated with this reunion, as we are filming content as we speak to paint a nice picture to show positivity amongst these Islanders. And it's unfortunate because I feel that Caine actually has some legitimate tea, because he confirmed the tea that Kenny had spilled about, he kind of confirmed it, basically that Josiah had, ripped up one of Kenny's shirts, that he left his cologne on and left it on the bed for Janae while he was away at Casa Amor. Caine was one of the Islanders to confirm that. So he does have some legitimate tea, but once he starts to try to get up in the Stan war of things, it's not so genuine anymore, right? Also, another thing we have to do before we get to Janae and Kenny is we need to talk about Aaron and Kaylor and the games that Kaylor is playing on the internet. Now, I don't understand why some of you are falling for the tomfoolery. I truly don't. Essentially, what had happened was Kaylor had unfollowed Aaron, and she was doing some TikToks with Olivia talking about she was single. I never bought it, because if you paid attention to the footage, if you paid attention to what she was saying and who was in the background, it was always Aaron, right? And people in the comments who live in NYC or out visiting in NYC or whatever had spotted Aaron and Kaylor out to eat by themselves and all of the things. Here's what I think's going on, right? I think Kaylor wants to play up to the fandom not liking her and Aaron together. However, deep down, she's not going anywhere. She's in her early 20s and, only had experience with one other dysfunctional relationship, so she feels she might as well write out this dysfunctional relationship and all of the things. I think Aaron is just sticking around because there's rumors he might be on the upcoming season of The Traitors, or potentially season 4 of The Traitors, since season 3 of the U.S. Traitors have already filmed. But I feel like that's kind of unfair, because you already won the London Traitors. Why do you need to come to the U.S. Traitors too? Make it make sense. But nonetheless, it's a nothing burger. Kaylor has since refollowed Aaron. I don't know why some of you guys fell for the trap in the first place. It's completely and utterly unnecessary. One other housekeeping thing I forgot as well. Today is Leah's birthday, so a lot of the Islanders have wished her, happy birthday and everything else. However, Leah initially, wasn't going to be celebrating her birthday, said that she was sick. However, I think her family's putting together a big party for her at the house, so Serena and Cordell will be attending that. As far as I know, Miguel is still in NYC. And the thing is, a lot of the Islanders are going to be also coming. They've been flying out this weekend, but a lot more are going to be coming Monday because the rumor is that the reunion's going to be filming within the next couple of days. And then I think a day or two before the reunion is when there is going to be a panel, I believe, featuring like Leah, Serena, Janae, Rob for whatever reason, and I forget the fifth person at the moment. But nonetheless, that is all of the housekeeping things before we get into Kenny and Janae, you guys. So nonetheless, speaking of Kenny and Janae, as you guys know in my previous video, Janae has finally made it to Dallas this weekend. The Love Island producers and cameras are rolling. It seems that they want to document, in particular what is going on with these final couples, to document their journey, which is kind of similar, like I said, to what the UK did for their reunion episodes, to like show people on a date and if they're going to make things official and so on and so forth, right? So we have yesterday that they flew in, they're showing all the footage, and then Kenny asks Janae to become official, you guys. Asks Janae to be his girlfriend in Spanish in this bouquet of roses as they are out to eat. Kendall is in the mix, you guys. He's all up in the videos, and we got to talk about it some more, you guys. Because last night, as well, and I believe Kenny and Janae are at a hotel. I'm not sure if that is, Kenny's own doing or if Peacock set them up with a hotel since they're, doing all this filming, right? And I have no problem with them documenting these couples' journeys and things. I don't have an issue. Where I have the issue, though, is all of a sudden there is a 180 that Kendall has done from his club appearances the previous weekend with Kenny versus the club appearances that were supposed to be exclusive to Janae and Kenny this weekend that Kendall has inserted himself now that the, Love Island USA cameras are rolling. And what am I talking about? So there's a lot of footage, and I might post some links or whatever, because I believe there was one YouTuber that I saw that had all of the footage on their page, but because it's like a lot of different things. Janae and Kenny did 2 different TikTok lives, right? They did a TikTok live in which in the left side of the photo of your screen, they were getting ready to go out to eat to dinner. I'm thinking this is a dinner between just the two of them, you guys, that this is just going to be, exclusive to them. It's going to be intimate. Obviously, it's going to be filmed or whatever. But nonetheless, I find out Deb from Love Island USA Season 4 is there, who lives in Los Angeles, you guys. And apparently Kendall, I'm not sure whether or not Kendall was there as well at this dinner, but Kendall definitely was at the club with some weirdo friend of his that we're going to get to in the moment that was just making things very uncomfortable and very awkward, you guys. So that's one thing. I'm like, Janae has barely been in Dallas, 24 hours. I'm like, has her and Kenny got any alone time outside of the very little sleep that they're getting? And they also did a TikTok live after the club last night in which some people had some concerns, and it was very bizarre. It was like very weirdo behavior, saying that they need to hurry up and get off live. It was like a 13 or 14 minute live, and I didn't see anything wrong. Janae was tipsy. However, Kenny, was being funny, but he was very calm, very reserved, and trying to feed Janae some Taco Bell and all of these other things. And Janae was adamant about finishing the Q&A from their earlier TikTok live. And Janae, she says that she has ADHD, and so she gets distracted. I guess, on TikTok, how you can buy people hats and flowers and roses and mustache and all these things, all these gifts. She'll stop what she's doing to acknowledge whatever the gift is, right? And so nonetheless, she's still trying to answer questions. And the funny part of the earlier TikTok live that they did getting ready for dinner was the question, for some reason Kenny read it out, whether or not Rob was a good kisser, and Janae really didn't answer. She just started giggling, but you could see the look on Kenny's face that he did not, he was giving jealous. And I didn't understand, Kenny, you didn't have to read the question. You guys got to filter out all of the questions that were being presented to you that you requested from the fans. You didn't have to acknowledge it, right? So with that being said, one of the clubs trolled Kenny last night with, like, you know how they have like the light up, the movie light things that the club goers, the bottle service girls, they like hold around for the VIP people whenever they are hosting a party at the club, and it said, "Hey Kenny, is Rob a good kisser?" So it was just a lot going on, right? So nonetheless, we get to last night's event. We get to last night's club appearance, and it's chaotic, you guys, because for some reason, people requested for Janae and Kenny to be live at the club last night, and I didn't understand why, since they were already going to be filming anyways for the show, and it was a lot of chaos, right? Now, Kenny and Janae, when they were together, it was fine. You know, they were completely in sync as usual, you know, making out, you know, public displays of affection, whatever. But then there was moments where Janae was twerking away from Kenny, and it was funny because Kenny's eyes is like trying to immediately find Janae, like, where are you, right? And so that was one thing, right? Then Kendall has this friend of his, right? And this friend was very disgusting, as far as I'm concerned. He really was trying to be all over. He was all over Deb, but he was more so all over Janae, and just trying to pull her into different conversations, and just trying to be all weird and touchy-feely and all these things. And I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Right? So it gets to the point where Kenny has to come over in one of these videos as people are filming all of this and tell this guy to relax. And basically had to like get Janae back over towards him. And I'm just like, Kendall. And then my issue with Kendall is whenever Janae and Kenny are trying to have intimate moments to themselves, or whether it's Janae and Kenny having in their own little world dancing, or Janae twerking on Kenny or whatever, out of nowhere, here comes Kendall, you guys. Kendall pops up in one of the clips in which he pops up and interrupts Kenny and Janae's dancing and everything else, and, you know, basically tries to pull them into some awkward group hug. And then there's another moment where after Janae and Kenny are kissing, Kendall pops up then again too. And then when Janae is twerking as well, you know, Kenny is trying to pretend, or Kenny's like looking at Janae and like flirting with Janae or whatever, but then you see Kendall on the other side pretending not to look, but also trying to engage in the madness, you guys. And I'm over it because, Kendall, you weren't doing any of this last weekend. You weren't doing any of this last weekend, and here's the thing, a lot of fans couldn't stand you because of your antics on the show, and a lot of fans, for some silly reason, gave you grace on the whole scandal that happened with your, you know, bleep hole all the way out to the world, and being naked in the hotel to the world, and all those clips and those videos, people gave you grace, and then you were hanging on to Janae and Kenny when they were in Los Angeles filming at Universal Studios. You were like basically, you know, the child of the divorce, and you decided that, you know, Janae and Kenny had to be the ones that had to have custody of you, right? Because for whatever reason, you and Nicole won't even fake anything until this reunion, right? And so nonetheless, you've just decided you're going to latch on to the fan base of Janae and Kenny, and it needs to be called out. It needs to be called out. All of you that are afraid to say anything, I'm not, because I am a longtime Love Island fan, and I know what clout chasing is, and I know what, you know, everybody trying to get attention looks like. Like Deb flying from LA to Dallas to be in some scenes with Janae and Kenny, and now all of a sudden they're best friends. No. no. Why can't anybody let Janae and Kenny have their moment? They have been away from each other almost 2 freaking weeks, and these people cannot leave them alone. I don't understand it. I really don't, you guys. I don't. And I understand, listen, from Janae and Kenny's perspective, I understand everybody is still coming out of the Love Island bubble. It's been a few weeks since you've been in the villa and all of the things. However, you guys have literally still been working. You guys have literally still been working since you've left the villa. Whether it was the week-long press you guys were doing from Fiji in your hotel rooms via Zoom, then you had a few in-person interviews in Los Angeles as well with some podcasts, and you were filming for Universal Studios while you were out in LA, and now the camera crew has come to Dallas, and I presume the camera crew is going to be in NYC as well prior to the reunion to film Janae meeting your family, Kenny. And my question is, Kenny, is Kendall going to be there for the family meet and greet as well? Because enough already. I understand you guys, you want to get along with some of these Islanders. You guys built a bond. You built a friendship of sorts in the villa. You haven't seen all the episodes of the messiness and the petty behavior and the outright jealousy that took place as it pertained to you and Janae in particular, Kenny. But here is the thing. Kendall can be handled at arm's length. Don't let anybody dim your guys' light. The interest that people have is in you and Janae. And Kenny and Janae, you guys. Because, for one, we didn't even see barely your connection on the show. People had to, dig through crumbs and put together a 30-minute video just to, document your journey on the show because production played y'all and didn't show us anything, right? So we're getting all this content from you guys now, right? We're finally seeing more of your personality, Kenny. But what we aren't trying to see is Kendall all up in the videos like Diddy. Kendall, third wheeling, now all of a sudden wants to make sure he is in the shot of the Love Island USA cameras so that he can get screen time like the clout chaser he is. And people were comparing Kendall to Johnny from season 2 of USA. No. Kendall is way worse because this is completely nefarious and disgusting behavior of somebody who refuses to let anybody else shine, number one, and then you're involving creepy friends into the mix to be inappropriate with Janae and be inappropriate with Deb as well, and you're not shutting anything down because you want the clout, you want the attention, and then you guys are all cramped up in an Uber of sorts where Janae and Kenny are trying to head back to the hotel, and it was clear that it sounded like there was somebody in the background in the hotel room as well as you guys were going on live, and it's like, do you guys get any alone time? Real talk. I understand you guys are nice people, right? You guys are nice people. You want to give everybody grace. You want to hold on to what's happening into the villa. But you guys need to understand, not all of these people are your friends. Not all these people like you for you. And this is not me or anybody else telling you what to do. But the problem is, we've seen this time and time again, you guys, is the moment whenever the cameras start rolling for, these shows, is the moment a lot of these Islanders disappear. And disappear from the group chats, disappear from everything else once they feel they've milked enough attention from you. And then you start to see from the cast who your real friends are, who your genuine friends are, and all of the things. And the thing that I don't think you guys realize is Kendall has effectively inserted himself into your relationship. You should be thriving and celebrating all these moments, but the problem is these club appearances are going to quickly turn into a disaster. Because unfortunately, some people do not have any boundaries, and unfortunately, some of the crazy UK fans have infiltrated the USA fandom. And the problem with that is they have an unhealthy relationship with these Islanders. They have an unhealthy obsession with these Islanders. And they want to try to dictate what you should and shouldn't be doing as a couple. And it's 100 times worse now with the presence of Kendall, who the fans do not like, who the fans cannot stand, who the fans, like I said, briefly gave him grace because of the scandal, but are back to hating him because they feel like you guys haven't seen each other in 2 weeks, and all the content we're getting, except for some limited things, is involving Kendall. And we're not here for Kendall. We didn't come to see you, Otis. The fans are there for you and, Janae. Just like the post that Kenny did, because some people were being weird and trying to call Kenny an ABUSER, you guys, because he was being protective of Janae, and people thought that he was trying to sell Janae out by being on a TikTok live last night. You guys, get it together. Get it together. Some of you guys are just haters. And it's completely and utterly unnecessary. But nonetheless, in the photo on your right, it is from the first joint post that Janae and Kenny did, and it's on, Kenny's page posted that said, "Anywhere with you, I'm down," right? And there's all these blue check marks that are, in the comments, such as Flo Millie and others, right? Who are very supportive of this couple. Also, Ella Thomas from Love Island UK and Catherine from Love Island UK season 10. They're like obsessed with this couple, and they're like in the likes and the comments too. They love everything about this journey, you guys. But I'm saying all this to say, please be mindful of your surroundings, and that includes your fellow Islanders. I have talked about this show ad nauseum for too many seasons to see how this goes. When you come out the villa initially, everybody's all friendly, everybody's all buddy-buddy because nobody has seen the show back in its entirety. They've looked at some clips at TikTok or some cute little edits that fans have made, and they think everything's all good, right? And unfortunately, certain people's egos start to feel a certain way when certain people get more followers and more attention than others. And this is the most popular USA season ever, and might be the only USA season that's the most popular ever, because a major part of it is the cast. But the issue at hand, like I said, is the behavior of Kendall. It's fine if he wants to be a friend, because he wasn't doing the most in the club appearance with Kenny last weekend. But his behavior this weekend and inserting the creepy friend on top of it all was not okay. And it was clear as day that Janae was uncomfortable, but on the flip side of things, Janae also used to work as a bottle girl in Las Vegas at one of the top clubs in Las Vegas, so she's fully aware of when weirdos start to, infiltrate and act weird. She's going to put on her smile and treat it with grace, but these people are not right. And they don't have your best interest at heart, you guys. And you have to be mindful of this as you're into this new space of people recognizing you, of celebrities following you, and all of these people paying attention to you as a couple. But you have to also be mindful that even some of your fellow Islanders are not on the up and up and are jealous of the fact that, Janae, Leah, and Serena are the most talked about from the season. There are people who feel a way that they aren't getting that same level of attention and notoriety. So what they're going to do, which is what Kendall is doing, is inserting himself now all of a sudden that the cameras are rolling. Now that the cameras are trying to document you and Janae becoming officially boyfriend and girlfriend and how you guys are navigating life outside of the villa, now Kendall seems to be out, in these streets trying to come into the picture frame of the camera, and people are disgusted. And I'm going to call it out every day and twice on Sunday because it's not cool. You and, Janae and Kenny should be enjoying themselves, should be living in bliss, right? But nonetheless, I think the weirdo haters, at least as it pertains to how there was concern over Janae and Kenny, and Janae being tipsy last night, I think this post, shut that down for now, that, people were doing too much and people were overreacting. But I definitely think, Kendall's behavior and in inserting that weirdo friend that was being touchy-feely, was being inappropriate with Janae, it's not cool, you guys. It's not cool. Not everybody is truly your friend, because a real one would not have even allowed any of this to happen and would have allowed you and Janae to have your guys' moment. But the moment that they know that the cameras are going to be around, producers are going to be around as well, all of a sudden you want to be in the videos too. We didn't have any third wheeling in LA when Cordell and Serena were becoming official, so why do we have to have it in Dallas? So there is that. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.